Have you ever used the Google Analytics 4 configuration tag inside the Google Tag Manager? It has changed, and a lot of concept behind how to use the tagging inside Google Analytics 4 and other Google tools have also changed. There is a new tag available now that is called the Google Tag. And now we are going to see in this video how to use this tag and what exactly has changed from the past. So let's get started. Welcome back guys, and how have you been doing? Let's quickly go back to the screen, and here I have a demo setup for you. Here's my website. This website has got a live Google Analytics 4 and Google Tag Manager running behind the scene, right? And if you have used Google Analytics 4 and Tag Manager configuration before, you would know that there is a Google Analytics 4 configuration setting tag available inside the Google Tag Manager to make the connection between GA4 and your website, right? So here on the screen, you can see that there is a process that I'm showing to you of how to make this connection, right? Now, this is the old story. If you go to the Google Tag Manager now, and if you go inside tags, and if you click on new over here, and then you try to find a tag that is suitable for your work by clicking on that open area, you will find that there is no Google Analytics 4 setting tag available. Configuration tag is gone. Okay. What you have instead is Google Tag over here. Also, inside Google Ads also there's a Google Tag. So what's going on? So what Google is saying is that they have got all their tagging mechanisms unified into one, where you would configure it inside the Tag Manager for various remarketing stuff and sending conversions, so on and so forth, right? And there was another Google Analytics 4 configuration tag as well, which would be used for setting up the pixel, the Google Analytics 4 measurement ID pixel across all the pages of your website, right? Now, both of them have been unified into one. So if you have to do a Google Analytics 4 connection to your website, you use the Google tag. If you have to use your Google Ads related pixels, you can still use the Google tag. All right. Now let's see how it works. Let's go back. Now you will see that here on my website and here my analytics, right? Now if on my website, I'll go to an incognito window over here, new incognito window, and open tryshop.neil.live. So my website is opened over here, and I go back, and you will see in the current traffic, if I go to reports and go to the real-time reports over here. Now, when I opened this website over here, I did not get any traffic showing up inside the Google Analytics 4. So the connection is not ready, right? So my Google Analytics 4 pixels are not firing on the page loads of every page of my website. So that's something we have to fix. And this is where we are going to bring in Google Tag. And erstwhile, we used to have the Google Analytics 4 configuration tag, right? So here, I'll go inside the Google Tag Manager. I'll create a new tag now. That will be the, obviously, Google Tag. Let's open this. And here is Google Analytics. I'll select the Google Tag from here. And you immediately see a tag ID. So we need to pass in the measurement ID of the account over here, of the Google Analytics 4 account. How do you find the measurement ID? You go inside the admin settings. And then you have to look for data streams. There's one data stream over here that is getting used. So let's open that. And here there is the measurement ID. Let me copy it from here. I'll go to the Google Tag Manager, paste it over here. All right. And in the triggering, I'm going to select all pages. So this has to fire on all the pages. All right. Now, once this is done, we'll name something over here. Let me give the name as the Google measurement ID itself. And then I can click on save. And that should complete our connection between the Google Analytics 4 and the website. Let's test it out. So to test it, we have to click on the preview option over here. Let's click on preview. Now the preview Google Assistant Tag Assistant screen opens over here. Let's give the website URL https://www. or it's rather tryshop.neil.live. Okay, let me click on connect. Now The test window has opened over here. Here is my tag assistant. I see the message called continue. Now my page is open over here. If I go below, you see the Google tag has fired over here, right? So the tag that we just created is firing perfectly on page load. If I go to another page, let's say I go to the cart page, and I come back to the tag assistant, go to the cart page, you see that is firing over here once again. So that's good news. This is working. If I go to my analytics account, let's see if I'm able to see the traffic or not. So I'll go to the admin section. I'm already inside admin. So what I'm going to do is go to debug view. Let's click on debug view. That's where we'll get our debug data. And you'll see that one user is showing up and the user has done some page views. Another page view. This page view must be the second one. Let's see, page location is the cart location. So it's working fine for us. Now all we need to do is submit these changes and it will start working, right? So that's how you have to work with Google Tag. It is very, very similar to the Google Analytics 4 configuration tag. It's very similar to that, all right? But there are some differences. First of all, let's go inside this tag over here. Let me close the tag assistant that we are working with. Now here you see you have used the tag ID. Now let's say I have to write an event after this. Okay, so I go and click on new event. And then I click on this empty area. Now there is a Google Analytics. Inside that, there is a GA4 event option. Let's open that. Now you have to fill in the measurement ID. If you remember from before, you used to fill in the configuration tag that you had created in the account, right? But over here, it asks for the measurement ID. Now every time you have to write a new event, you have to fill in this measurement ID over here. The problem is that you have to memorize or remember the measurement ID to fill it in over here, or you need to go to the analytics account and again go to the same place, copy it, paste it, and so on. So that's not a good thing. So why don't we save the measurement ID somewhere, right? Let's discard it. Let's open our tag that we had written. Now here is our measurement ID. Let's copy it from here. I'll do a copy. And then I'm going to write a new variable. Okay. How do you write a new variable? So here you see this variable option is here. You can click on this variable option and you see the built-in variables and user-defined variables are showing up. So we have to write a new user-defined variable. Let's click on new. And in the empty area, we have to click over here. And there is a variable called constant. Constant is a variable that doesn't change. You can use it as many times as you want. The value cannot be deferred or changed, right? So we'll use this. We'll give a name. All right. So you name the variable. You can name it anything, by the way. Let's click on save. Now you have this constant variable accessible to you inside your Google Tag Manager account to be used in any event, any setting, any configuration that you're going to write. All right. So let's see. I go inside tags. I open this up again. And I remove this one. I say I don't need this. Let's remove it. And I can either click on plus or do a double curly braces. Now, if when you write double curly braces inside the Google Tag Manager like this, the options that you start getting are all variables inside Google Tag Manager. Okay. Variables inside Google Tag Manager are represented inside double curly braces. Okay. So we'll use this one and we'll use our constant over here. Now, because the value of this constant is nothing but our Google Analytics 4 measurement ID, this should work. Let's click on save. And we are good to go. If you want to test it, you can do it again. This will work like perfectly, but we'll see what is the advantage now we are going to get by doing this. If you click on new over here, and now we want to write an event, Google Analytics GA4 event. In the measurement ID, we don't have to again go back to our Google Analytics 4 account, all those things. What you can do is click on this plus or use the double curly braces, just what we saw before. And over here, you'll find this constant. Let's select that. And you'll see that the Google tag found in this container is showing up. You can give a name to that event and just move ahead like this. Okay. So that's the benefit. Now, once this is done, our connection is made, right? But let's open over here and see one unique thing that has come inside this new change of Google Analytics 4 tag variable. If I open my Google Analytics 4 tag configuration, well, here you will see that there's something called configuration settings. If I open it, you'll see configuration setting variable shows up, right? So what is it? Now let's click and create a new variable first. Now this is only the unique situation. Most of the cases you will not need it. Let's assume that inside your Google Tag Manager, there are not just one Google ID, Google tag, but there are more than one Google tag. So there are two Google tags probably. And you want to share some settings between these two Google tags. So that's the reason why you are going to use this configuration settings. Let me explain. So if I go to this page, okay, I'll share this page URL somewhere. Now, in this configuration settings of Google Tag Manager, you will see that there are multiple configurations that you can share with your Google Tag. For example, here you can say allow Google Signals. Google Signals is a way for Google to use customers or visitors' personal data to show more personalized stuff over there. So whether you want to allow such things or not, you can use it as a Boolean, okay, and you can set it as true or false. Let's take another example, the page title itself. Now, maybe you want to send the page title information with the Google tag to every other page load that happens. Okay, so we have got page title and we have got Google Signals, allow Google Signals. So how do you send this configuration setting? One way to do it is you add it over here. Okay, so you say allow Google Signals, and you can set the value to true, right? And you can also add a parameter, say that page title. So page title, and inside page title, you have to pass in a value. So I have got this JavaScript variable in this account that we can use, JSP. I think, yeah, that's the document title. It's a very simple Google Tag Manager JavaScript variable. I've opened it over here. You see that that's my JavaScript variable. It has just got this global variable name that is document.title. It's a standard JavaScript way of getting the page title. So document.title is what I'm trying to fetch over here. Make sense? So now, once I have done this, I can save it. And then I can click on preview. All right, the page is loaded over here. This connection has been made. Now you'll see that the Google tag is firing. It's firing on this fourth event inside the Google Tag Manager, the connect container loaded. So let me open this over here, and you see that the parameter allow Google Signals is obviously true, and the page title is going as the title of the page. All right. Now think about it. If there are more than one such Google tags in your system, okay, inside the Google Tag Manager, and you have to have these both configuration settings set up for both these Google tags. How do you do that? You have to repeat it. So in the next Google tag as well, you have to again go and open the configuration settings here and then configure parameters, so on. And if you've got 3, 4, 5, 10, every time you have to have these configuration parameters, you have to actually type it in inside the tag, the Google tag. Now there's a workaround for that by using this configuration settings variable. So let's click on new variable over here. That's my Google tag configuration settings. And all I do is, rather than setting up the configuration settings inside the Google tag, I'll set it up over here. So very simple. It's allow Google Signals, set it to yes, or it's true, right? True. All right. And then in the next one, we say page underscore title. And over here, we set it to JSP document title. Let's give it a name. And you'll see that the configuration setting variable is now set to this common config setting. Now we don't need this. All right, so let's save it. Now, even if you are having multiple Google tags that need to use this configuration settings, with this configuration that we have used right now, you'll have to set it up only once inside the configuration settings variable. Let's click on continue. And if I go to the event, GTM event, and I check my variable, you'll see that the data is again getting passed exactly the way it was before. Okay, but with a definite strong benefit that these configuration settings variables can be used across multiple Google tags inside one GTM account and container, of course. Okay, so that's what I wanted to discuss today. What we can do is we can click on submit and we can give a name over here. Sorry about that. Google tag implemented for GA4. All right. Now let's click on publish and your changes would be ready. Now, there could be so many use cases that will be possible over here. And in another video, I'm going to share with you how to use the events with this Google tag and the event settings variable as well, just like we saw in the Google Tag Manager. So that's how you set it up. The use cases could be many, many types of use cases. This is just something that has come up, and possibilities are still being explored at this point of time. Just like we saw that with one common configuration settings variable, you have got your workload a bit less than what it used to be before. Even more so with the event settings variable that I'll share in some other video. So with that, I'll close this video. Thank you for watching. Take care.